Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. So today we are here for grade 7 maths. The chapter today we discuss that is statistics, and here are the list of the lesson. So the first two lesson is calculate the mean absolute deviation, identify the representative random and biased sample, and these are the two lessons from the next chapter, which is symmetry, and identify the reflections, rotations and translations. Chapter today we discuss that is statistics. And here are the list of the lessons. Sorry, I was just checking my mic. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudent.com. You have to log in by using the email and passwords that are provided by the administrator. Select maths from the subject tab and scroll down. There are the list of the lessons here, and here are the different chapters. So today we start the chapter name, that is statistics. So let's start. And the lesson today we cover that is calculate the mean absolute deviation. So in the data set below, what is the mean absolute deviation? So how to find the absolute mean absolute deviation? So if the answer is in the decimal, so round it to the nearest 10. So here is the data which is given. So first of all, we are going to finding it out the mean. That is our first step. Okay. Let's suppose I'm going to write it here. The data, that is 5 to, let's do it this question. The data from this question, 73735. So 73735. So first of all, what is the first step to finding the mean? We're going to finding it out the mean. So 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 5. Let's count it all together: 10, 10 and 15. So this is total 15. Now how to find the mean? Dividing by how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 3 is 15. This is your mean. The first step that we are going to finding it out the mean. So the second step we are going to finding it out the absolute. How to do it? Because they are saying that absolute mean absolute deviation. So finding the mean, that is the first step. And here the mean is denoted with that x and over the bar. This shows that the mean. Okay. Now compute the mean absolute deviation. So what we do, we're just going to subtract all these digits from that and taking the absolute value of this. Like how? Like this way. 7, and then we are going to subtract. Okay, subtract all that. 7, first of all, first step is 7 minus, it's not 15, it's 25. Sorry, and that is 5 here. Okay. So 7 minus 5 taking absolute, add up with 3 minus 5 taking absolute, add up with 7 minus 5 taking absolute, add up with 3 minus 5 taking absolute, and plus 5 minus 5 taking absolute. Okay, now 7 minus 5 is 2, taking absolute, plus this is minus 2. Now we are taking the absolute. This is 2. Now it's minus 2, taking the absolute, then 0. Now what is the meaning of absolute? Absolute means any number that is in the form of minus, so you turned it into the positive number. So this is the negative number, so we convert it into the positive. This is positive. Now this is positive, and then that should be 0. So now 2, 4, 6, and 8. So here the answer is 8. This is the absolute mean deviation, MAD. Okay, mean, absolute, and deviation. This shows that mean absolute deviation. Got it? Now you guys understand. Let's discuss the one more question. Let's suppose, for example, if I'm going to write it here. Okay, so here let's take a data from that. 2, 2, 3, 9, 5 to 5. This is 2, 2, 3, 9. Then 2, 2, 3, 9, 5, 2, and 5. 5, 2, 5. This is the data. Now first of all we are going to finding the mean. How to do it? We are just taking the mean like this way, just adding up all the digits and then dividing it out how many total. So how many total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 7. Okay, 4, 7, 8, 9, plus 9, 18, plus 10, 28 over 7. And what is the answer? That is 4. Now let's finding it out. Mean absolute mean absolute deviation. So how to do it? This is 4. So now just subtracting each digit, taking absolute. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to subtract the digit from that mean. Okay, so 9 minus 4 taking absolute, 5 minus 4 taking absolute, then 2 minus 4 taking absolute, and then plus minus 4 taking absolute. So what is the answer? 2 minus 4 is minus 2 taking absolute, minus 2 taking absolute, minus 1 taking absolute, 5 taking absolute, 1 taking absolute, minus 2 taking absolute, and 1 taking absolute. This is 2, then 2, and then 1. All the negative numbers can be changed into the addition. We are going to add up like this way, then just adding it up. This is negative. When we are taking the absolute, it turned into the positive number. So 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So total are 14. This is the mean absolute deviation, and that are total 14. Mean absolute deviation, so that is 4. And now again just this should be divided over which one, over how many digits. We are not going to divide in the previous one, we're going to divide it over the mean values. Okay, total mean values. All right, this is 14, and then we are going to divide it how many total mean values, that are 7. So let's suppose total mean absolute deviation is 2 from this case, and from the previous one that should be how many of it, that are 5 digits. So this is 8 by 5. That is mean absolute deviation. Okay, again divide it. We are not going to divide in the previous one. So this is your mean absolute and deviation. So this is the way that we solve it. We solve the two questions. Hope you guys understand this one. Okay, now let's start the next. Identify the representative, random and biased sample. So what is basically the representative, random and biased sample? What is the meaning of that? So the first question is given here. While the blindfolded Edward shuffled a deck of cards, then selected 37. Okay, it's just basically, is this a random sample because there are total 37 cards he shuffled? Okay, just shuffled all of it. For example, there are 37 cards, then he shuffled all the cards and then he randomly choose, they are saying that a deck of cards. So is that a random sample? Yes, it's a random sample. Why? Because every person or atom has an equal chance of being chosen. Since every card had an equal chance of being drawn from the deck, so we can say that this is a basically a random sample. All right, then now let's discuss the next. Look at here. This is uh, Christina pulled 542 drivers late on the Friday night. Is this a random sample of the drivers in the city? 552 drivers late on the Friday night. No, it's not a random because here is the total number of amount which is given 542 drivers. Okay, this is not a random because the people and the person has an equal chance of being chosen. So since Friday night drivers might not be similar to the drivers on the other day, is it's a biased sample? Okay, it's not a random sample because the Friday night basically the drivers are selected already. These are saying that 552, 542, sorry, drivers are late on the Friday night. So this is a basically sample which is not the same the samples from the other day. Okay, so now Jonathan surveyed the first 47 shoppers at the market. Now, is this sample of the shoppers at the market likely to be representative? So now, Jonathan surveyed the first 47 basically shoppers at the market. In this, samples of the shoppers at the markets likely to be representative? No, it's not a representative because they are saying that these are basically 47 shoppers at the market. This is a biased, it's not a representative and it's not a random as well. Okay, this is a biased sample because each number is selected, so this is not should be representative or anything other. Now, if we can say that the Tim made 70 recipes from each section of his cookbook, how many recipes that basically the each section of his, each section has an equal number of recipes. Tim made 17 recipes from each section of his cookbook. Each section has an equal number of recipes. So now is the bites sample. Look at here. 17 recipes of each section of his cookbook. So we can say that these are saying that it's not a bias, it's a representative. Okay, because it's a biased if the chosen numbers are not. So this is a basically representative because 17 recipes and each section of his cookbook, so each should be representative. So we can say that this is just a difference between the representative, random and biased. Hope you guys understand this lesson. Now let's start the next. Transformation and congruence. So the symmetry, the first lesson. Is the dotted line a line of symmetry? First of all, let's discuss what is the symmetry, okay? So what is basically the symmetry? Symmetry is basically like, for example, when you are saying that it's a balanced proportion, okay? Or you can say that it's a close agreement in sizes, shape, and relative position of parts, opposite sides of a dividing line or a plane around a central point. So different examples are basically, for example, this is the circle, and when we finding the symmetry line, so this should be cut it into the half. This is the symmetry called. Let's suppose here is the square, and if they are saying that finding it out the symmetry, let's suppose I'm going to uh, do it and then dividing it into the half. Okay, let's suppose here is a triangle, and then what is the symmetry? This one. So it's just a basically a balanced proportion. Okay, this is called the symmetry because these two are same, these two are same, these two portion are same. So it's in size, sometime it shapes the relative portion of a parts, opposite sides of a dividing line or a planes. So this is called the basically the symmetry of that. Okay, so it's an everyday life refers to a sense of humorous and different proportions and balance. Basically, in mathematics, it's a more precise definition and is usually used to refer of an object that is basically you can say that it's a balanced proportions. Okay, you are just going to do a balanced proportion. This is called your symmetry. Let's suppose if I'm going to draw something else like that, maybe the shape is here. Let's suppose this shape, and they're saying that finding the symmetry, and I'm going to cut it into the these two. So this is also called the symmetry. Okay, this is the symmetry. And there are different types of the symmetry: translation, rotation, reflection, and glide reflection. Okay, there are different types of symmetry. Then we discuss one by one all of it. So check it out and then tell me, is this a dotted line shows the represent a symmetry? Now look, it's a television here. It's just like a kind of that, and here is the line, here is the dotted line. So is it showing any kind of symmetry? No, it's not showing, because these two portions are not equal. So this is not a balanced proportion. So we can say that it's not a symmetry. Now is the dotted line a line of symmetry? Now look at here. This is an arrow that represent a symmetry. Is it a line of symmetry? No, it's not. Check it out. This one. Here is the basically somehow you can say that shape of the star or like that. So this show the symmetry, the equal proportion. Yes, it's a balanced proportion in both the sides, so you can say that this is a symmetry. Okay, let's discuss the next. Now everyone tell me, is this showing the line of symmetry? Everyone tell me, is this shows the symmetry? No, it's not. Okay, and this one showing the symmetry, because what is symmetry? As I already told you, it's a balanced proportion, or you can say that one shape is identical to the other shape. Okay, let's write the definition of that. In the symmetry means that one shape is identical to the other shape. One shape is identical to the other shape when it is moved, rotated, or anything. Okay, when it is moved, maybe rotated. Okay, you can say that a flipped. Okay, one shape is identical to the other shape when it is moved, rotated, or flipped. If an object if an object does not have symmetry, so we can say that object is asymmetrical. It's not a symmetry, it's asymmetrical. The concept of symmetry is commonly found in geometry. So basically, mostly we are going to finding it out this concept in the geometry. All right. So what is the definition of symmetry? This is a basically one shape is identical to another shape when it is moved, flipped, or rotated. And if the shapes are not basically identical, so this means that it is a asymmetric. And mostly this kind of symmetry is found in the geometry mostly. Okay, and symmetry in maths is basically divide the basically any shape into the two identical pieces. Let's suppose this is a basically, let's suppose here is the shape, and we are going to divide it into the two equal identical pieces. So this is called the symmetrical shape. Let's it means that one half is the mirror of an other half. Okay, all right. This is a basically the symmetry that are called the line symmetry. Okay, this is your line symmetry. Sometimes there is called the vertical symmetry, horizontal symmetry, any other things are symmetry. Like horizontal symmetry, like in this way, let's suppose this way, and then we are going to convert it into the half, this one. So this is called line, this is called horizontal. Okay, this is horizontal symmetry, horizontal line of symmetry. And when it's like cut it into the like this way. Okay, these are the diagonals, these are called diagonals. So this is basically the diagonal line of symmetry. Okay, this is a diagonal line of symmetry. These are basically the symmetry definition. Now let's discuss some test questions. So is this dotted line a line of symmetry? Everyone tell me in the chat please, is this shows a line of symmetry, yes or no? I already told you, in the symmetry this should be divided into the half or you can say that into the two identical parts. So is the dotted line a line of symmetry? No, it's not, because it cannot be divided into the two equal halves. So is the dotted line a line of symmetry? Yes, because the shape is divided into the two identical parts, so we can say that a yes. Is the dotted line a line of symmetry? Is this hand shape is divided into the two equal parts? No, it's not, so we can say that no. Is the dotted line a line of symmetry? Look at this figure and then tell me, everyone. Hurry up, everyone, tell me the answer of this one, please. Okay, you guys tell me the answer of this, please. No, it's not. Okay. So, hope you guys understand this lesson. Now, start the next lesson, which is identify the reflection, rotation, and translation. Solve the rest of the test questions regarding this lesson by yourself. Okay. Now, let's start the translation symmetry, rotation symmetry, and reflection symmetry. Let's suppose, first of all, I'm going to tell you. First of all, I'm going to tell you the translation. Okay. What is translation symmetry? Let's suppose if an object is moved from one position to another with the same orientation in the forward and backward motion, it is called the translation. Let's suppose I'm saying that sliding an object about an axis. Okay. For example, shape is moved forward and back in the same orientation by keeping the fixed axis. These are the different positions. Like, for example, here they are showing. Okay, three figures are given. First, they gave us the examples of reflection. Let's see. First, we show the reflection. Okay, reflection is that a mirror. That's it. It's just a mirror of that. So here is the position A. Okay, there are the other three positions. First position is like here. Let's suppose first they are showing the reflection. If they are saying that here is the figure and here is the triangle. Okay, now they are saying that there are the three shapes here. I'm going to draw it one by one. It's one, it's two, or it's three. Okay, and the first figure they are going to draw it. Sorry, first figure they are going to draw it here. Then it's a here, and then it's like in this way, like in this way. So look at here the first one. It's in this position, but it's on the top, so this is not. It's in this position, but it's on the opposite, this is not. This is the mirror of that figure. Let's suppose here I'm going to drawing it, so it's like in shape of this way. So these both shapes are the mirror of each other. So we can say that this type of symmetry, one half object reflects the other half of the object, so this is called basically the reflection. Understand? Let's suppose the face of a human face. So this is the symmetry of another. So which kind of symmetry? Reflection symmetry. okay, because the half face is similar to an other half face. Got it? So this is the reflection. This is basically the image of an other. So we can say that this is the mirror image. So this kind of symmetry is your reflection. This create an image of that. Now for the rotation, it turns around a figure around a point. It turns the figure. Like the figure is turned, but the point is same. And translation is a different locations, any kind of location that is given. So in the first phase, what is the reflection? That is a part C. So this is the right answer. Okay. So which figure shows a reflection? Again, it's a reflection. Look at here in the part A, this is the different position. It's a different location, and in the part B, this is the same location, but it's an opposite face. In C position, it's again the different location. So the different location is not a reflection, so it's the part B. Okay. Now the translation comes here. Look at this position. So the first, let's see these figures. In the part C, this is an image. This is the reflection, this is not. Look at the part A and B. In the part B, this is same. In the part A, the figure is also opposite. So this is not an opposite figure, so that is part B. Okay. Position figures shape are same, but it's only in the different location. Understand? It's only in different locations. Like for example, let me write it here. This is the grade of that, let's suppose, and here is the star, and here are the three options. So in the options, so the first star is given like it's on here, other star is given on the same position, and the other star is given on not in the star. Like look at the different shape, because it's turned the shape as well. Okay, turning the shape as well, because this is not an image, it's not an shape is rotated, only the shape which is in the different location, that's it. Okay, let's suppose here I'm going to draw, then you guys tell me which one is the reflection and which one is the basically. So let me draw it here. This, 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 and this. Now you guys tell me what is the reflection and what is the translation. So this is the reflection, this point B, this is the point A, and that is C. This is the reflection because it's an image of that figure. It's the arrow here. So when we draw the arrow from that side, so for the reflection, the arrow is on here. Okay. Now for translation, translation is arrow is same position but it's in different location. So that is for translation. That is for reflection. And now this is not the reflection, that is not the translation. Why reflection? Because it's a, not an image. Why the translation? Because it's moved their point as well, it's changed the position of the shape. Understand? Let's discuss the next. Now what is rotation? Rotation is just like you rotate the figure. Okay, first of all, see what is reflection, which figure shows an image of that. Reflection, it's part A, B, or C. It's like shape in that side, it's like shape in that side. So this is the part C. Understand? And which show the translation, part B. And which shows the rotation, that is part A, because it's rotate the figure. figure is rotated. Okay, it's like sometime it's 90 degrees, sometime it's 80 degrees, sometime it's 190, 180, and like that, 360, like that. What is the translation? Translation is image is same, but it's in the different location. This is the image, so that is not, uh, figure is same, but it's in only the different location. In that one also the figure is changed in the A part, so that is the B part. What is rotation? In the part A and in the part B, that is same, rotation is occur only in the part B. Got it? Only the figure, totally figure is changed. So now let's discuss some test questions. Look at this shape. In the part A, B and C, in the part A, it's just a little bit position is changed. In the part B, totally it's a rotation. In the part C, it's also the rotation. So this is the part A. Position is only changed, but the figure is same. What is rotation? Sorry, I was just checking my mic. So let's discuss. Let's do with the part A. And here it's the right answer. Okay. Let's do only this one. What is the reflection? Reflection is just like an image. So in the part A, this is just a rotation. Why? Because only it's not an image, it's just a change. In the part C, only the position is changed. This is translation. But in the part B, this is just exactly an image of that. Okay, in the part A or B, these both are confusing. In the part A is same, because in the part B it's a rotation. So that is part A, which is image of that. Hope you guys understand this lesson. So let's do one more this question. Look at this shape. So this is A, B and C. In the part C, figure is only changed. In the part B, just changing the location. In the part A, it's an image. So this is the part C, because it's also, you can say that image is changed as well. Okay, hope you guys understand this lesson. So today we discuss the grade 7 math statistic, and these are the list of the lesson. Calculate the mean absolute deviation, identify the representative random and biased samples, symmetry, identify the reflection, rotation and translation. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudent.com. You have to log in by using the email and the passwords that are provided by the administrator. So you guys make sure before starting the next session you practice all these questions regarding all these lessons. And if you still need any help in any of the questions, you can contact tutors by using this live chat button that is available on the A Plus website. You click on that, and then here you put the in the maths help in the department, and from the name you just put your name and then just send. In this way you directly contact with the tutors. So for now, have a great day you all. Bye.